Creative, and welcome to day 13 of the Create It 22 course. Creative, you've been wounded. When you were blocked, you were wounded. That pain you feel, it's real. Have you ever sprained your ankle? Were you able to immediately jump back up and run the next day? Probably not. You have been wounded. So it's gonna take time to get through this, and it's gonna take patience. Being creatively blocked is not a wound you can see, but you can feel it. It's the reason that it hurts to even think about trying again. Or maybe you did try and you found yourself unable and it felt like a betrayal of your hopes, your dreams, your identity. It made you feel like a failure. You're not a failure. And I'm telling you this because I know quick fix solutions don't work. And it's difficult to do something that takes time and patience. But here's the thing, creative. You are worth that patience. You are worth that effort. You deserve that patience. You deserve that work. And you also deserve some mercy. Your past self, they didn't know what they were doing. You don't have to hold them to a standard. You don't have to beat them up for failing in any way. They did the best they could, just like you're going to. You just have more tools than your past self did. Forgive your past self. Give yourself time to heal through this stuff as you work through these concepts and processes, and start trying. Try. Your story is worth it. Your art is worth it. And in that light, we're going to talk about the bogeyman in the room. Deep down, there is a what happens after. What if I start to create and then I fail again? What if I get going and then I fall off the wagon? What if I do my best and my best is still bad? What if I throw my soul into it and nobody likes it? These are valid fears and they are big, and you may not have addressed them before, but I promise you, they are in there. Our brains are dumb this way. They're very mean. I don't know what's wrong with them. Since you cannot fail at art, there is no such thing as, what if I try this and it doesn't work? If you trip and fall, you get back up. If you try to do something every day and you're not able to, okay, try again tomorrow. There's no black mark. You don't get a bad grade report. Nothing goes in your file. And if you try your absolute best, it will not be bad in time. It may not be as good as you want. That's okay. I'm never going to be Neil Gaiman, but you know what? Neil Gaiman talks about how he's never going to be his favorite authors. For real, you should look up these interviews. None of us will ever live up to our perfectionist dreams, but we don't have to in order to be creatively happy. If you get to the point that you are making stuff every day successfully, you're going to find you feel so much better. It's not dissimilar to having an artery that has been plugged, unplugged. Suddenly, everything is flowing better. You can feel better. You think better. You breathe better. If you are creating every day, you're going to find you're not nearly as perfectionist as you once were. And that means you can take joy in your work. Don't worry about what happens after. You cannot fail. You can always get back up and try again. And if you like the thing that you're making, somewhere out there, someone else will like it too. You are not the only human in the world who likes that thing. That is statistically impossible. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't let fear get in your way. We've only got a few days left of this course. I'm looking forward to seeing where you are at the end of this. Sit down with me now and let's make something new. And I'll see you tomorrow.